Hey there, and welcome to Beyond Survival, A Pathway to Peace. I'm your host, Naomi Stanchfield. If you're living with the effects of trauma or PTSD, you're in the right place. I know what it's like to live in survival mode, always waiting for the next shoe to drop. For years, I searched for peace, for a way to feel safe in my own body again. That search became the foundation of the work I do today as a trauma-informed coach. This podcast is here to support you as you begin your own journey towards a calmer, more peaceful life. Each week, we'll explore real tools, heartfelt conversations, and simple practices to help you heal, one step at a time. You don't have to walk this path alone. Let's take it together. Today, we're tackling something so many of us face this time of year. New Year's resolutions that fizzle out fast, especially when trauma is in the mix. If you're ready for goals that actually stick, with self-compassion and real progress, you're in the right place. If you're anything like me, you've set New Year's resolutions every single year and have never been able to keep them. Each year, you have the best of intentions to lose weight, to heal, to become a healthier, happier, better you. But a few days, weeks, or months later, and you have completely stopped trying, if you have ever started at all. Each time you fail at New Year's resolutions, it makes you feel worse about yourself. You trust yourself less and shame yourself more. But the truth is, trauma can impact how we set and pursue goals. Sometimes trauma leads us to set rigid, perfectionistic goals as a way to regain control. Or it makes us avoid goals altogether out of fear of failure. Trauma often shrinks our prefrontal cortex function, the planning part of the brain, while amping up the amygdala's fear response. No wonder rigid goals backfire. They trigger our freeze or fight modes instead of let things flow. The way to make goals you are going to be able to keep is to make sure that you are setting goals from a trauma-informed place. This means recognizing the patterns that kept you from keeping your goals before and choosing a different path. Take a moment to think about your past New Year's resolutions that you were not able to keep. Were they too rigid? Did you set perfectionistic goals that you gave up on the minute you felt like you were failing? Did you set goals but not actually plan them out, making it hard to stick to because you didn't know what actions to take? Knowing what made you fail last time will help you make goals you can keep this year. Instead of striving for perfection, let's focus on progress, self-compassion, and flexibility. This means setting goals that feel meaningful to you, not just what you think you should do. Allowing yourself to adjust your goals as you learn more about your needs and your boundaries, and celebrating small wins and practicing self-kindness when things don't go as planned. So, let's dive deeper into how we do these and why they will help you keep your resolutions this year. Setting goals that are meaningful to you and not just what you think you should do means that you are setting goals that truly resonate with you. When you set a goal simply because you think you should, you end up feeling pressured, which will lead to resentment of the goal and burnout very quickly. To know if a goal is meaningful to you, your goal should align with your values and should lead you towards the life that you want to be living. When your goals reflect your values, they become affirmations of who you are rather than a checklist of what others expect from you or what your inner critic demands. A good first step is to just list every single goal you want to accomplish this year. Don't think about it, just write them down. And then we're going to review this list with your values in mind. If a goal doesn't truly align with one of your top values in life, it probably isn't a goal that you want to focus on right now. Once you have narrowed down your list of goals to ones that align with your values, spend a few minutes to ask yourself, Why do you want to accomplish this goal? If your answer is something like, because I want other people to like me, or because my mom keeps telling me I should lose weight, or anything along those lines, you might want to reevaluate. When you set goals based on what others want or expect of you, you are less likely to follow through with them. But when you set goals because they are what you truly want, well, that's where the magic happens. Once you have narrowed down your list of goals, the next step would be to see if they are SMART goals. SMART goals are goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Specific means they are clear goals. Instead of saying, I want to lose weight, your goal should be more specific, like, I want to lose 20 pounds. Measurable means just that. You can measure your progress along the way. A goal like improve my mental health isn't really measurable. How would you know if you're improving? Instead, you can make a goal like, I want to reduce my anxiety to twice a week. Achievable means that your goals are realistic and you will be able to achieve them. They should be goals that respect your time, energy, and emotional capacity. Setting a goal that you will go to the gym 7 days a week while also eating healthy and cutting out all sugar and carbs might not be achievable for you right now. But you could set a goal that you will walk 20 minutes 3 times a week and cut soda out of your diet. That could be achievable. Relevant means that the goals align with your values and truly speak to the you that you want to be. If your top values are family, learning, kindness, and helping people, relevant goals might include something like spending more time with your children, spending 30 minutes a day reading books on trauma and healing, doing 3 random acts of kindness a week, or volunteering once a week at a local food bank. Time bound means you have a clear time frame for your goal. This gives you structure and will help you measure your progress. Now, before we start turning our goals into SMART goals, it's important to address one concept that can affect your goals, and that's decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is what happens when your brain gets tired from making too many decisions. Making even small choices feel hard or exhausting. For trauma survivors, decision fatigue can be especially intense. You've often had to make many difficult emotional decisions just to get through your daily life, which drains your mental energy faster than most people. This is one reason SMART goals are so helpful. Breaking your goals into clear, manageable steps reduces the number of choices you have to make daily. Instead of waking up and wondering, what do I have to do today? You already have a gentle, pre-planned path. So let me show you how you can turn a goal into a SMART goal. Let's say your goal for this new year is to start my healing journey. To turn this into a SMART goal, let's start with specific. We could change the goal to start attending therapy. Next is measurable. Let's expand that goal to say start attending therapy once a week. As long as this goal fits into your schedule, you have already mastered the achievable part as well. Relevant, again, means that it fits into your values. So as long as this goal aligns with your values, you're good to go there. And the last is time bound. So let's expand it again to say start attending therapy once a week from February to July. This gives you a timeline to get started and an endpoint. Of course, you could continue that goal past that time frame, but it gives you less pressure than saying forever. After you've created your SMART goals, it's time to create a roadmap for how you will achieve these goals. For trauma survivors, this is especially important. When we're in survival mode, Our brains have trouble with planning and sequencing. Breaking things down into tiny steps now helps our nervous system stay regulated while we work towards change. To do this, you break your goals down into bite sized actions that you can take and then schedule them throughout the coming weeks and months. Write down each step and when you plan to accomplish it, but make sure that you're giving yourself ample time to accomplish each step. Putting too much on your plate at any given time will cause you to feel overwhelmed, pressured, and this will lead you to give up on your goals. The next step is to identify your minimum viable step. What this means is if you are unable to achieve the full goal that day or that week, what is the minimum you are willing to accept? As an example of this, if your goal is to walk for 20 minutes a day, perhaps you are okay with a 5-minute walk if time doesn't permit for 20 minutes. Or perhaps your goal is to meditate for 30 minutes. A minimum viable step could be to sit quietly for 3 minutes. Or if your goal is to attend counseling once a week, your minimum step could be to call your counselor and reschedule if you don't feel emotionally capable of attending your scheduled day. Doing this allows you to still work towards your goals while allowing for days where your time, energy, or emotional capacity does not allow for the full step. Continuing to work towards your goals, even on days when you don't feel capable of fully putting in the effort, will keep your confidence up and will help you stick to your goals long term. Allowing for a minimum viable step really relieves a lot of pressure of things going the way you planned. You still have a baseline that you can stick with when life throws you a curveball. Be sure to remind yourself in these moments that even small progress is still progress. And the last part of setting goals that you will stick with is celebrating your wins and practicing self kindness when things don't go the way you planned. When setting your goals, write out what milestones you will celebrate and how you will celebrate them. It could be something small, like telling a friend or a family member when you reach that first 5 pounds lost. It could be buying yourself that fancy journal you've been eyeing once you have attended therapy 4 weeks in a row. Or it could be something big, like going on that cruise you've been wanting to go to once you've reached your goal. Celebrating your progress is especially important for trauma survivors because trauma can create time blindness, where weeks blur together and we lose track of progress. Regular check ins combat this by creating intentional pauses to notice what's happening. Celebrating isn't frivolous, it's neurologically essential. When we celebrate wins, we reinforce neural pathways to support goal achievement. We're literally training our brains to keep going. For trauma survivors, celebration also counters the negative self talk and self criticism that we are so prone to. It rewires our brain to notice what's going right, not just what's going wrong. If you need more help creating trauma informed resolutions that you can stick with this year, go ahead and join our 5-day workshop called Grounded Growth, Making New Year's Resolutions You Can Keep. I'll leave the link in the show notes below, or you can visit any of our social media at Beyond Survival Pathway. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. There'll be a link on all of those to this workshop where we're going to spend 5 days diving deeper into why this works, how it works, and taking this entire resolution writing process step by step. Now, as we wrap up today, remember, celebration rewires your brain for the long haul, turning survival into thriving, one small win at a time. You've got the tools now: values driven SMART goals, bite sized roadmaps with minimum viable steps, and kindness for the curveballs. Take a breath right here. Feel your feet on the ground, your hands resting easy. That's your body saying, we are safe to start. Your simple step this week: Jot down one values-aligned goal using what we've covered. Then share it on our Facebook group, Beyond Survival, Healing Together. Thank you so much for joining me today on Beyond Survival, A Pathway to Peace. I'm so grateful to walk alongside you on this journey. Remember, healing isn't about perfection. It's about returning to yourself one small step at a time. Every time you show up for yourself like this, you're building something beautiful, a life beyond trauma. Healing is a journey, and every step, no matter how small, is meaningful. Be gentle with yourself along the way, and remember, you don't have to do it alone. If you're finding things especially hard right now, please don't hesitate to reach out for professional support. You don't have to do this alone. Help is out there, and healing is possible. If this episode resonated with you, feel free to share it with someone on their own path. Also, if you found value in today's episode, I invite you to connect with me on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram at Beyond Survival Pathway. There, you'll find more insights, encouragement, and community support. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast so you'll be with us for the next part of the journey. And consider joining our Facebook book club, Beyond Survival, Healing Through Stories. It's a welcoming place to explore transformation through shared stories and connect with others on the path to healing. Until next time, keep putting one foot in front of the other. You're not walking alone, and the path to peace is unfolding with every step. Let's keep walking this journey together. Take care, and I'll meet you back here soon.